And now let's once again go live across to Ministry of External Affairs special briefing on Prime Minister Modi's visit to
I hand over the floor to Secretary East for his initial remarks. Sir, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Ranveer. Good afternoon, dear friends from the media. I extend a warm welcome to all of you and thank you for joining us today for this special briefing on the visit of Prime Minister to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia on 7th and 8th February 2026. Upon invitation of the Prime Minister of Malaysia, His Excellency Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim, Prime Minister is scheduled to visit Kuala Lumpur on 7th and 8th February. This would be PM's third visit to Malaysia and his first after the state visit of Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim to India in 2024. Our PM had earlier visited Malaysia in 2015. During that visit, India-Malaysia bilateral relations were elevated to an enhanced strategic partnership. PM had also inaugurated the Torana Gate in Brickfields, Kuala Lumpur, a gift from India to Malaysia, symbolizing the India-Malaysia friendship. PM again visited Malaysia in 2018 for a brief stopover to congratulate the former Malaysian PM Mahathir Mohamad. Prime Minister also virtually attended the 22nd ASEAN-India Summit convened in Kuala Lumpur on 26 October 2025. The forthcoming visit comes within 1.5 years of elevation of our bilateral ties to a comprehensive strategic partnership. During the state visit of Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim to India during 19 to 21st August 2024 and reflects India's strong commitment to our relations with Malaysia, a key partner in India's Act East policy, Vision Mahasagar, and also the Indo-Pacific vision. The visit will also provide an opportunity to enhance our engagement with the ASEAN region, given the important role of Malaysia as its founding member and its chairship of ASEAN in 2025. PM will hold bilateral discussions with the Prime Minister of Malaysia. They will review progress under the India-Malaysia Comprehensive Strategic Partnership, especially in priority areas of cooperation such as trade, investments, defense, security, semiconductors, digital technologies, renewable energy, education, healthcare, and people-to-people exchanges. The 10th meeting of the India-Malaysia CEOs Forum is also scheduled in Kuala Lumpur on the sidelines of the visit, and PM will also interact with leading Malaysian CEOs from key sectors. As you know, India and Malaysia share a strong, dynamic, and diverse economic partnership. Malaysia is India's third largest trading partner in ASEAN, with bilateral trade around $20 billion. Our trade has diversified beyond commodities such as palm oil and includes a variety of agricultural products, chemicals, minerals, appliances, and machinery. On the investment front, our engagement is strong and is growing steadily. Major Malaysian investors like Petronas, Khazanah, IHH Healthcare, IJM Corporation, United Engineers, UEM, etc., have a strong presence in India, while over 200 Indian companies, including 61 joint ventures and 3 Indian PSUs, including those in IT and ITES, manufacturing, construction, and pharmaceuticals, are actively operating in Malaysia. Our countries are working towards further enhancing our bilateral trade in a balanced and sustainable manner. India and Malaysia are also cooperating under ASEAN for early conclusion of the ongoing review of ITIGA, the ASEAN-India Trade in Goods Agreement. The two countries are also discussing a joint review of the India-Malaysia Comprehensive Economic Cooperation Agreement. PM will also interact with members of the Indian community. He will address the Indian community in Malaysia, numbering around 2.9 million, which represents the second largest PIO community and the third largest Indian diaspora. All these interactions underline the multifaceted nature of India-Malaysia ties, spanning the economic, political, and people-to-people dimensions. Following the announcement by PM in August 2024, academic chairs for studies in Indian studies were also set up in Malaysian universities. This has enabled greater academic and cultural exchange between the countries. In recent years, our culture and tourism cooperation has also intensified. Both countries have liberalized the visa regimes for each other's nationals to promote tourist exchanges. As a result, in 2025, over 1.4 million Indians traveled to Malaysia for tourism, whereas about 300,000 Malaysian tourists visited India. Malaysia thus became the largest source of inbound tourism to India from the ASEAN region. The visit of PM to Malaysia would serve to further strengthen bilateral cooperation between the two countries, as well as to set the path for future engagements for mutual benefit. Thank you.
We open the floor for questions now. We go there, Keshav, and then Rishabh.
So, thank you. Keshav Padmanabhan from The Print. I just wanted to check on the ITGA review, given that Malaysia is, I think, the chair for the review for this trade and goods agreement. So, will that be up for discussions? How are we seeing that playing out? Will there be any sort of outcomes related to the review of ITGA expected from this visit? Thank you.
Rishabh.
So good afternoon, Rishabh from Times Now. So two things. One, DPI is something that India and ASEAN have been discussing for quite some time now. Will there be any announcement on DPI? And second, the Big Cat Alliance, which Malaysia has joined, but formally is Malaysia going to join the Big Cat Alliance, and will they be there at the Big Cat Alliance summit that we are going to host in India?
Reza.
Raza from Hindustan Times. Just two quick questions. Have we finished the interlinking of UPI with the Malaysian counterpart? And is there been any other developments on defense cooperation, especially the plans to help Malaysia upgrade its Su-30 fleet, especially since HAL has set up an office in Kuala Lumpur?
Pranay.
So Pranay Upadhyay from Aztec in India Today. You mentioned that India and Malaysia are looking at the expansion of the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement. What are the areas which we are looking at, and what is the process we are going to follow? And a quick follow-up, can you share the latest update on the Zakir Naik extradition case? Where do we stand right now?
So we can take these questions and come back for more.
All right, thank you. The ITGA review process is on. We've agreed on the terms of reference, and the colleagues from the Ministry of Commerce have been engaged with the ASEAN group, exploring various options to try and create a better balance in the trade between India and ASEAN. There are technical elements being discussed in terms of offering more lines under a liberalized regime between India and the ASEAN. I think there is a broad sense that the average tariff in the ASEAN has to improve compared to the existing level. Plus also they want to try and stipulate a minimum percentage of tariffs for each country to open up, as a result of which we can achieve better balance overall between India and India and ASEAN. So that discussion is still on. I don't think there is anything ready as an outcome for this visit as far as ITGA is concerned. Let me try and take the SICA review question also together with this. This is still early days for the SICA review process. Normally what we do is to agree on a broad framework, terms of reference, and then proceed to talk about specific elements that need to be liberalized and opened up. We've not reached there yet. We're still talking about what kind of review and the scope of the review. So it's still not reached a stage where terms of reference have been agreed to. DPI, let me move on to DPI. During the visit of Prime Minister, Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim to Delhi, the Malaysia-India Digital Council was set up. After that, they have met at the level of Secretary MEA and his Malaysian counterpart. The council is working on bilateral collaboration in AI, digital talent, DPI, and cybersecurity. We are also training Malaysian officials in the fields of machine learning and AI under our ITEC program. The NPCI is set to sign an agreement with PayNet during the course of the visit. So that will be one of the outcomes expected from the visit. The question on IBCA, International Big Cats Alliance, Malaysia has, last time it had confirmed its willingness to join the IBCA. Currently, we are in the process of formalizing the procedures required for accession to IBCA. We are hopeful that that will also be completed in time for the visit. But basically, we are on track for Malaysia joining IBCA. Defense cooperation, there's a lot of promise as far as defense cooperation is concerned. We are looking at sale of Dornier aircraft. Malaysia also has Scorpene submarines. We're looking at opportunities to try and collaborate, especially in terms of mid-life upgrades, retrofitting, etc. You had also mentioned the potential for collaborating on Su-30 aircraft. Malaysians have that aircraft, and so do we. We have offered proposals for modification, upgradation, and mid-life maintenance. We are also looking at potential for supply of naval platforms by Indian shipyards. So those are all areas that look promising. We hope to be able to get something going on these areas. As far as the question of Zakir Naik is concerned, I can assure you that all issues will be discussed during the visit. We've had opportunities to discuss the issue in past visits also at various levels. And we will probably continue to take up the issue until all technical procedures are completed, and we hope to get the outcome that we desire.
More questions?
I miss anything?
Seema?
Sorry. Seema Guha from Outlook magazine. I wanted to ask about the timing of the visit. What was so urgent? Because generally Prime Ministers don't visit while Parliament is on. Just wanted to ask about the timing.
Nirmala?
Nirmala with the Straits Times. Just wanted to ask if there are any other agreements or MOUs that will be signed during the visit.
Krishna Mohan?
सर मेरा सवाल कृष्ण मोहन शर्मा भारत एक्सप्रेस से मेरा सवाल है कि जो एडेबल ऑयल को लेके हमारे और मलेशिया के बीच में काफ़ी समय से एक टसल चल रहा था, क्योंकि वो शायद हमें देने में ये नहीं थे और हमने भी कुछ रोक दिया था एडेबल सीरियल्स जो है, एक वो इशू है। दूसरा कि हमारे एडिबल ऑयल, पाम ऑयल, और दूसरा इशू ये है सर कि मलेशिया टाइम टू टाइम हमारे इंटरनल जो सिक्योरिटी के इश्यूज हैं, चाहे वो कश्मीर की बात हो या CAA की बात हो, उसको उठाता रहा है। तो आपको क्या लगता है कि इस पे कुछ रास्ता निकलने की संभावना है इस बीच में?
Manas for PTI. You briefly mentioned, I think, semiconductor, possible cooperation in the area of semiconductor. So are we going to discuss any specific projects in the area? Thank you.
नीरज?
सर नमस्कार, मैं नीरज दुबे प्रभा साक्षी से। सर पिछले साल प्रधानमंत्री जी ने जब वर्चुअली संबोधित किया था तो उन्होंने कई सारे मुद्दों को उठाया था आतंकवाद के खिलाफ लड़ने के लिए, और एक बड़ी बात कही थी कि 2026 से 2030 की जो कार्य योजना है उस पर पूरा सहयोग दिया जाएगा। तो क्या उस योजना कार्य योजना पर भी इस वार्ता के दौरान होनी है कुछ चर्चा?
So one
The last one. Okay, let me start with the question on timing. You would recall that the Prime Minister, because of other engagements, could not travel to Malaysia for the ASEAN-India summit. He participated in the summit virtually and had promised Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim that he would make it up to him soon, sometime early in the course of 2026. So that's basically the context. He's just delivering on that promise that he will visit Malaysia soon. There are a number of MOUs that we are looking at. Some of them are still, in the works. Some kind of last-minute processes going on for completing the legal requirements for signing the MOUs. We're looking at MOUs. As of now, this is still a list that is not fully baked. So let me just try and list it out, on the understanding that this is subject to confirmation as we get closer to the visit. We are looking at MOUs in the field of disaster management, audiovisual co-production, standards on training, certification, and watchkeeping for seafarers, and MOU on UN peacekeeping cooperation that is to be renewed. We're looking at an MOU or probably an exchange of notes conveying intention to cooperate in the semiconductor industry. MOUs between MOUs for anti-corruption cooperation. MOU between audit institutions on both sides, the National Security Council secretariats, cooperation in healthcare and technical and vocational training. So those are the areas that we're looking at. Semiconductors, as you know, Malaysia has a very strong semiconductor ecosystem. Something like 30% of their exports relate to semiconductor and allied products. So they have a really strong performance over many years in the area of semiconductors. They have almost 30-40 years experience in those areas. So we are in the process of establishing a multi-layered collaboration arrangement through a G2G MOU, semiconductor industry-led collaborations, and also R&D, both in terms of setting up fabrication centers, also assembly testing centers, etc. Our companies are also interested in collaborating with Malaysia on that. Once the comprehensive strategic partnership was agreed on, a joint task force was set up to try and flesh out the various elements listed under the comprehensive strategic partnership declaration, and various joint working groups under the overall bilateral umbrella are working to try and identify areas for collaboration. These will be developed further to identify specific projects to take forward our cooperation in these areas. Some of the areas are very, very interesting. We are looking at DPI, we've already spoken. We are also looking at infrastructure projects such as railways. We are looking at renewable energy cooperation. DPI was an area, food security and agro-commodity trade. Defense was something that we just spoke about. We are also looking at enhancing scholarships and setting up a center for Indian studies, Thiruvalluvar Center for Indian Studies. So we have a lot of areas where we can collaborate. On palm oil and the question that you said, आप जैसे कि आप जानते हैं मलेशिया palm oil का काफ़ी बड़ा सप्लायर है. palm oil cultivation की भी discussions चल रही हैं, and हमारी जो मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर है उन्होंने प्रपोज किया है कि हम मलेशियन पाम ऑयल बोर्ड एंड पाम ऑयल काउंसिल के साथ कोलैबोरेट करें और कोऑपरेशन करने के लिए कुछ प्रोजेक्ट्स निकालें. One final question on Malaysia's comments. We had this parliamentary delegation visit Malaysia soon after Operation Sindoor. The Malaysian side engaged us quite actively. We had discussions at multiple levels, and it included ministers, members of parliament, think tanks, members of the Indian community, and we had an opportunity to try and explain to various interlocutors our position on terrorism, the kind of steps we take as part of our counterterrorism activity, and why a lot of it is something that requires a strong response from us from time to time because of provocations caused by cross-border terrorism.
One last question. One last question there. Yeah.
Sir, I am Prashant from Asianet News. Sir, what is the status of this India-ASEAN agreement? There was a report that it will be concluded by 2025 December. That was the timeline that was decided earlier. So what is the status now on this goods agreement?
There you have a question. Please keep it short, huh?
Sure. So, India, when Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim was in India, India extended its support for Malaysia's BRICS for BRICS membership. Malaysia eventually became a BRICS member country. India holds a BRICS presidency this year. So, will there be some discussion on, on the way forward?
Okay. One was BRICS. Was it the first one was?
India, yeah.
IT guy again. Okay, like you asked, yes, there was an original time frame set that we will try and complete the ITGA review by the end of 2025. Unfortunately, we were not able to try and address all the issues that we needed to during discussions with all our ASEAN partners. My understanding is that it will take a few more months for us to clinch that. We hope to be able to do it as early as possible, but as of now, there is still work left on that, and we will continue to press ahead with completing the review successfully. On BRICS, Malaysia is currently a BRICS partner country, and as of now, the understanding I have is that there is no immediate initiative to expand the BRICS membership. We've just had a round of expansion. The membership is currently 11 countries. From what I've gathered, the general feeling in BRICS is that it is a time to consolidate after a round of expansion and to make sure that the new members are fully integrated into the various BRICS structures. I think only then we will be talking about a further round of expansion. So I don't see any next round of expansion happening anytime soon.
Thank you, sir. With that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your presence. We come to the close of this press briefing.
Thank you.